Hey y'all, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft, and I have another photo from the wedding. I'm just going to do a one-page layout of this photo because I know my daughter loves this photo. She was printing out a whole bunch of little 2x3s pictures to put on her bulletin board at college, and this was one of the pictures. So I know she loves this picture. So I just want to highlight it, and I don't have a lot of photos from the wedding. This is obviously after they left, and there were sparklers. So I just love this celebratory photo. So what I have pulled, another stash dive. This is a Creative Memories. I think it was called Nature. Let's see. Natural Beauty paper pack, and it is from 2009. Jeez, digging deep. So I have that. I have this gorgeous floral swap embellishment that I got. This one was made by Michelle Zerl. So I'm going to make use of that. This is from that paper pack, and it's cut. So I'm going to put it on a frame like that. And I picked this color because it's somewhere between this sky and my daughter's dress. This has some turquoise, greenish that sort of matches that. I just love the color combination. So I've pulled this. I haven't decided if it's pattern on this side and solid on this side, but I may go ahead and use that. And then I'm going to gut out of this paper a dark blue frame so that I have that somewhere else on here. I also pulled these 49 and Market frames, and I'm kind of liking that a little bit of a look. And then I may incorporate this somewhere else in there. I've pulled these from an ephemera pack from, I think it was called Joyful, which I may use to tuck in. And then I have this word Celebrate in gold glitter from Chamel. I've pulled out some sequins to add, including some gold sequins and blue sequins. And then I have a few little stickers down here that I've pulled, some little wordy bits and some hearts. These are from the Joyful thing also. So there's a huge mix of products and companies going on this page. So I know I often like to scrap using what's it called, collections, but this is not that time. So I'm gonna do, this is 2 inches, about 2 inches. So I'm gonna gut at the 2-inch mark in here just to get some extra paper. This is my last sheet of this particular blue, is why I'm doing this. Well, y'all, I was starting to edit this video, and I got this page done in like 35 minutes, which may be a record for me. Of course, I did spend quite a bit of time pulling out papers, finding the right blue, and things like that. But once I started making the page, it went really fast. So here I'm doing, gutting out this. There's 2 things that I really like about doing this with paper is you have some of that same paper, especially when this is your last sheet, to mat something or include it on the main part of the page, and it reduces the bulk Some of these papers can be pretty thick, and doing 2 full layers can really increase the bulk and the size, thickness of your albums, especially if you're using anything dimensional on them. So I tend to do lots and lots of pages. I try and fit as many as I can in albums. And so I don't tend to do super dimensional things. I will sometimes use some dimensional adhesive, but on a lot of pages I don't, because I have to fit a lot of pages in my albums. So here I've done 2 mats, one with that sort of teal color and then one with this frame color. I've done them both a little bit crooked because I knew I wanted the 49 Market acetate frame crooked, and it would have looked funny if everything else had been super lined up. So I'm getting the word celebrate off, and I end up having to play with it quite a bit to figure out where I want it. It seems like it would go over to the side, but then it's just floating in the middle of nowhere. It is pretty curved. I really like it over the flowers, but I'm just trying to figure out how to make it all work. I do find a solution. And then that's about where I end up, so that that title is tied in with the photo by the flowers pretty much. And then I figure if I tried adding this there and I didn't love it, though it doesn't look that bad in the video. I probably could have kept it, but the blue was a little bit off. It didn't really seem to fit to me. So I'm going to keep things really simple. I did think about inking, but instead some of these stickers that I had are white background, so I'm just putting a little of this antique linen on them to make them more cream based. It was a little darker than I wanted, but it was fine. Just because that background paper was cream and I wanted to make them blend in a little more. So I think I'm ready to commit this. And you can see that my adhesive is a little bit broken. It's very rarely happened where the used part of the tape is not rolling onto the spool, so I had to pull it out, and I can't wait until I use this up. I won't throw it away though, that would be wasteful, so I'm just going to use it as it is and struggle through it till I'm finished with it. I do prop that up a little bit. And then add these little paper hearts. Some of these things get moved around a little bit. And then I have these 3 little wordy sentiments from a Tim Holtz book of little words and sentiments. I don't use them that often. I should, though. It's got some great little phrases in there. I'm just trying to think where I want them. And I end up putting them down here, a little bit like journaling. They're not. but I like the feel of them, like little journaling strips there. And then I'm going to move these other items around. And then it's time for sequins. And I wanted to add bling since there's sparklers in the photo. So I will just glue those down. So you can see this page went really, really fast. I probably spent the longest time gluing the sequins down. So I used my little sequin picker-upper tool. I think I bought this one on Amazon. It actually came with 2 in the box, and it's got the wax tip, and I think I have extra wax tips, though I haven't had to change it yet. And it's got the little pokey thing on the other end. But it makes life a lot easier. So these sequins were from, I think one was called Blue Bell, maybe, from Close to My Heart. I added some gold ones in there, and then I think that I just had, and then I may have added, I think that's it. But there's some little white hearts in it, different sizes of blues, different colors of blues. So it works, and I think it's kind of pretty. So here I'm just adding a few more from what's left, especially the different sized ones. I really think that makes a big difference when you're working with sequins, to have different sizes or different shapes. It just makes it really, really interesting. So that's a little bit of a triangle of sequins. And I think that's about it. So please give this video a thumbs up. I'm going to try and pre-post. I'm going on vacation again next week, but I'm going to try and pre-post some videos so that you won't even notice I'm gone. And when I get back, I'll have a whole cruise to scrapbook. Thanks a lot, you guys. And come back for more content. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. And I will see you next time.